need a couple of their forwards to take a couple of grabs up there.
0 to 150, it seems in no time, gents, that David Zaharakis has achieved that milestone, gets the 150 today.
Yeah, and Mark Harvey spoke about him, a much-loved figure around the club, really good bloke. Good personality to have around the club, and he's having a pretty good year. His ball use this year has been outstanding. He's using the ball beautifully. He's a good finisher for this team. I can see him now coming out to play on the members' wing. Congratulations to him. 150 games for Essendon Football Club.
Early stages in the final quarter at Etihad Stadium for Aquila with the great half-year sale on now. Nat Edwards.
Certainly have had their opportunities in the fourth quarter early days, but it's a 10-point lead to them. 9-18-72, 9-8-62. Poor kicking keeping the door slightly ajar for the Lions.
Sounds very eerily similar, Tim, to what happened to Melbourne. 9-18 to 9-8 in the West Coast yesterday. It'll be Essendon going to the city in first quarter action for the Chemist Warehouse.
And the centre throw up the order of the day. Lee Fisher with Troy Pennell and Scott Jeffrey. Carlton to the punt road end. Cruiser had it. Hand pass smothered, socket by White for the Blues. And it goes skidding up towards half forward. Bomber defence has it covered. Bagley, Sockers, and really got it in the sweet spot. Going about 45. Oh, no.
That's silly.
It's a wet day, and he's kicked that one off the ground. He's not going to control it. He's paid it deliberate.
It's
unbelievable.
Crazy. And free kick to Carlton. Short ball. Cripps has it. Members wing. Places the kick to the 50. Up goes Cruiser from behind with the spoil. Wright's got the ball at the fall. Well tackled and didn't get rid of it. A bit lucky perhaps not to be pinged. Ball in dispute about 70 out from Carlton's goal. Quite close to the boundary. Silvani had a go. Couldn't weave his way through the pack. And again it's at ground level. Watson in there for the Bombers. Heppel too. Merritt kept it alive, I think. No, umpire Fisher gets the nod from the boundary umpire. It will be thrown in high at half forward for the Blues.
I like the stricter interpretation of the deliberate out of bounds, but decisions like that
frustrate
just annoy me because it makes it worse for the other ones that are actually well umpired now.
Minute 10's gone. No one's had a decent possession. Finally the clearance that time then toward half forward from Leuenberger. Essendon come up with it. Handball, Watson involved, slow and deliberate, good kick, a little tumbler, Heppel forward of the wing, member side has it, he kicks a little bit too much on, a chance out the back this time, Fantasia, close to the boundary line, can he keep it alive, tries a little runner across the face of goal, and bounces in to the padding on the point post.
How's the turn on him though? He turned his defender inside out. He is so nimble inside 50. He is a live wire.
No score yet for the Chemist Warehouse. Essendon deep into attack, 2 minutes gone.
Very young and diminutive looking boundary umpire hurls it in. Not great depth, and the ball's knocked back to the boundary, and we'll have another go in Essendon's left forward pocket.
A quick score please, Nat Edwards from Etihad.
It's the Saints leading the Lions by 16 points now, 5 minutes into the final quarter.
Now, in ruck, it's Danaher against Cruiser. It fell to Stanton, who got a little hand pass. It's kicked out of the air by Fantasia. And this time he does score, but it's a minor. And that is the first score of the day. The Bombers' way on the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard.
Was there any tongue-in-cheek, Cameron, when you interviewed him at post-game last week about his self-appointed nickname?
No, that was just him being beautifully honest and innocent in his reply, and don't worry, his teammates have not missed him because of it.
Carlton goes short on the kick into the southern side. White has the ball.
A bit of peacock about him, isn't there?
I love it.
I like it.
A bit of razzle-dazzle.
White almost to the wing on the southern side. Big Levi takes the mark. Running alongside him, Murphy of Carlton. High kick to wing half forward. Mitch Brown of Essendon back. Fly to the ball, Tim takes a nice mark just in front of the ongoing traffic. So he's just defensive side of the wing on the southern side. Ray White, they've got the know-how. Australia's #1 real estate agents tell us 3 minutes first quarter, only scorer behind to Essendon.
Sky's leaden, ground is damp. Picked up by Simpson off the kick, and he goes into the corridor to Curnow. Only one Curnow, so we don't need to say that it is Ed. He kicks to Williamson, the first gamer, who dropped a chest mark but had time to get it back. Give it to Plowman, and he pokes it wide where Doherty receives for the Blues. Between half-back and wing, Carlton can't see a way out at the moment. Being careful. Back to centre half-back and White. Switching play, southern side. Putting Murphy in some space, but he's got nothing to kick to, and this is Carlton's problem. Now he lofts it, hoping for Casbolt, who managed to outwit and outread his opponents and take a mark. He kicks into the 50 for the Blues. Cruiser is there. Leuenberger with him. Fall of the ball. Bagley overran it. Picked up by Petrevski-Seton. Hand pass to Cripps, an unguarded goal, and he kicks it. And the Blues draw first blood at the MCG. Patrick Cripps with a crack in the jaw, but no problem with the right foot. Carlton 1 goal, Essendon 1 behind for Chemist Warehouse.
Well done, Levi Casbolt. He's taken 2 marks down the line when he was needed. The chop-out kick from half-back, he takes that mark, and those marks down the line are invaluable. He then wheeled it around, got it into another contest from Big Matty Cruiser, who just brought it to ground, and then Petrevski-Seton with a beautiful pick-up and feed. That is just a textbook old-fashioned play, Lingy. Good wet weather footy.
He's clean on the deck, isn't he, Petrevski-Seton?
Yeah.
Just one grab in these conditions.
5-point margin to Carlton. Mick, just have a look at that breeze. The flags are going favouring either end.
Very strong out there. The rain's about 2 minutes away, Tone.
Okay, as Carlton get the break again. Cruiser, although I heard a whistle.
Throw called, Tone, back in the middle.
That's important for Mick Warner, the rain coming.
Yeah, it's even more important to us as Leuenberger gets the ball to Watson, to Mitch Brown. High kick toward half forward, pack of players. Essendon into attack, comes off hands, and will go out of bounds. Half forward right, City, and on the Northern or members side with the Bombers into attack. Only goal of the day was to Patrick Cripps. They're a goal. Essendon 1 behind, 6 gone in the first quarter for the Chemist Warehouse. And that Edwards quickly up at Etihad, please.
9 minutes gone in the final term at St Kilda. 10-19-79, leading the Lions 9-8-62 by 17 points.
Cruiser gets the better of Leuenberger. Got a kick clear for Carlton. Not very far, though. Reece Palmer has just come off the bench. Tries to go crashing through. Doesn't make it all the way. And there's going to be a ball up Essendon side of the centre.
Talked about the mark count. 120 a week to the Bombers. Like to control things. 1 mark so far today.
Leuenberger, a height advantage, I fancy, on Cruiser. Got the tap. A free kick to Watson. Being over guarded, as they might say in basketball terminology, will take the free kick forward of the centre line for the Bombers. Carlton by 5 points. A goal to a behind. Watson dabbing pass to his successor as captain. Heppel managed to drop the chest mark low down. Well tackled by McCready. Wins the ball for the Blues. To Palmer, to Petrevski-Seton, and now to Thomas just off the bench, weaving into the clear, having a bounce, looking for a target. Goes across the goal face. Right, outside 50, backwards to Kerridge. The Blues have to reset. Awful foot pass. Missed everything. I have no idea who he was going for. It was so bad. Cleared by Hurley. Straight to Plowman, though. Forward of the centre, and the Blues will come back.
He can go short. It's okay too, Tim, as Reece Palmer has the ball. Forward of the centre. Still about 65 out to the punt road end. To the forward pocket he goes this time. Daisy Thomas there. Hurley at the back for Essendon. Clears the area for the moment and gets 50-55 metres. Ball back on the wing, going very close to the boundary line. Williamson, the new boy for Carlton, picks it up. Tries to spear a pass. Gee, that was clever stuff that time, Matthew, from Daisy Thomas. Knew he wasn't going to get on the full. Slid into the mark across the turf and took it forward to the wing on the northern side.
Yeah, beautiful delivery from the new boy Williamson. That's not, though.
Gee, I would have loved Daisy to have had a shot before running through the middle. The ball will skid on. If you set it on a course to the goals, it'll skid on and it'll go straight every time in these conditions.
Chemist Warehouse scoreboard, 7 gone first quarter. Carlton a goal, Essendon are behind.
Long ball for the Bombers, almost reaches the wing. Rowe arrives because he sensed the Danaher danger and he made a rattling spoil to the boundary. Carlton's side of the wing, Members side of the ground right below the 3AW commentary box. Carlton a goal, Essendon are behind. Leuenberger, front position on Cruiser, brings it down to Hocking, who didn't make good contact. High in the air, Heppel under it, but Gibbs arrives and thumps it clear to the boundary. Right on the wing now for another throw in.
Early days, but really good signs for Carlton. Taking Essendon's game away from them early.
8 minutes gone, Ray Watt clock. Ball on the wing, Carlton by 5 points. Maybe Leuenberger. Hocking tries to bounce off him. Leuenberger tried to spear to Zaharakis. Went back to Hocking, back to Goddard. Offhands, Carlton get the ball this time. As it picked up there by Pickett of Carlton. Goes in the Casbolt direction. Great defensive effort that time by Patrick Ambrose. Just to knock it away. Kill the situation, Cam. We get a stoppage in Carlton's attacking 50.
Yeah, because Casbolt had position there. Should have marked the footy, but it was a clever spoil because it relied on timing. Ambrose was facing away from the footy. If he'd missed time, that was a free kick. Well done.
Carlton by 5 points. Shallow throw in. at the back. Wiedering the handball. Cade Simpson not on his left side, gave out the handball to Doherty. The pass is on this time and Pickett leads. And this time Richo only, 35 metres out, maybe 40, slide angle. The rain hasn't come, so he should be able to get a goal from here. Jared Pickett.
Great hands by Simpson that released the ball to Doherty to kick it to Pickett. So needs to kick this because they've got a real advantage at the moment.
They have a little close to the man on the mark, I thought.
Yeah, he did.
And pushed it right, one behind. 1-1-7 Carlton, Essendon one behind. Nat Edwards, what's the story up at Etihad, please?
The Lions still have hope. They trail the Saints by 11 points. St Kilda 10-19-79 to the Lions 10-9-69 now. So 10-point lead to the Saints.
Long kick in. Carlton's ball though. Gibbs gives to Cruz. A quick kick forward. Awkward half volley. Hurley did well. A little socket to Ambrose. Gave to Collier who lost it. Taken by Curnow. A snap at goal is just touched in the jaws of the sticks by Lingy's old teammate Kelly. It's a minor score. The Blues 1-2. The Bombers one behind. 10 gone on the Ray White clock.
Gee, that would be so important if Carlton kicked these goals. If that rain is coming and you've got a 3-goal head start, it's so hard to peg it back. These are bad misses.
I'm surprised, Tim, you haven't invoked the bad suit reference yet, because Carlton is all of that at the moment over the Bombers. 1-2-8 to one behind. We do have to come up with something else other than all over them like a cheap suit. Get a closer shave with Gillette Fusion Razor and Pro Shield lubrication, all from the Chemist Warehouse. Bring you the first quarter. Ball at half forward. Carlton into attack, lead by 7 points. Cruiser tried to take it from the ruck, unable to do so. Zaharakis in there. Now Collier emerges at half-back, swings the ball out wide. Kerridge is the only one there. Emerging Fantasia, though, for Essendon. He's got a man in the middle of the ground. He's going in the Waller direction as McDonald did free kick, surely, as into his back. Had to be that time Marchbank. James Kelly emerges. Lovely kick going forward. Back with a fly to the ball. And it is Parrish who has the ball for the Bombers. Lingy almost in the identical position at the other end to what Pickett had it. About 35-40 metres out, slide angle at the city end.
Yeah, good ball movement by the Bombers. First of all, it was Fantasia. The nice kick to McDonald, tipping Woody. It was a good kick. Drew the free kick, and then Kelly, smart enough to take the advantage. Lobbed it over the top to Darcy Parrish. Nice touch. And Parrish, he's a quality footballer, this bloke. Jeez, he's a good player.
Certainly is. To come in, Parrish's kick. Yep, held its line. So Essendon on the board. They're 1-1-7, trailing Carlton 1-2-8. And I know early stages, Matthew, when you're talking about how Carlton seemingly has the advantage. Just a quick stat for the Southern Star Group at windowsanddoors.bill. It's 6-3 inside 50, but they've only got a point up their sleeve to show for it, the Blues.
Yeah, exactly. And gettable shots at goal that they had. They had a real period there. I reckon they put it inside 50 4 times in a row before that entry from James Kelly to Parrish. They didn't make the most of it. They missed a couple of shots of goal. And as so often happens, Lingy, the other team then goes down, has one entry and kicks a goal.
You picked this early, though. One of those stats, Tony, is Essendon have only marked the ball 4 times. Carlton 13. So Carlton are stopping Essendon playing the way they want to play.
Important goal for the Bombers. Free kick at the centre contest going Essendon's way.
Non-officiating too, Tim.
Hocking wants it, and the umpire says that's the way it will go. He kicks to Danaher, who was up at the centre contest. Lovely low probe into the 50. Front position Marchbank. It fell to Rowe. Hand pass smothered. White collected though for the Blues. Immediately under pressure. Hand passes to nobody. The Bombers hold it in, and there'll be a ball up about 25 metres out in their left forward pocket. Carlton 1-2, Essendon 1-1. The goal kickers, Cripps for the Blues, Parrish for the Bombers.
So ball's tossed up, forward pocket City in, Essendon into attack. Trying to rove the side of the pack, Cripps just threw it on the boot quickly. They need a mark at half back, Carlton right there. Also Gleeson of Essendon, their ball going close to the boundary line, sliding across the turf. Now Silvani tries to involve himself out there. Still in Essendon's attacking half. I don't think the ball's coming out. It's not, which gives me a chance, Nat, to go back to you at Etihad Stadium.
Has put the Saints 16 points ahead in this final quarter. There's about 8 minutes to go. St Kilda are 11-19-85 to the Lions 10-9-69.
Here we go around the grounds each week for Aquila Shoes. with the half-year sale on. Watson, busy early, won it from the stoppage, goes back to the corridor. Pickett knocks the ball down bravely. He flew. Palmer went in there high. Kerridge tries to apply a big tackle, able to knock the ball away, but just weight of numbers as Essendon try to push forward. Now they're actually inside attacking 50. Marchbank unable to grab the ball. Goddard, good handball out. Parrish round the body, floating across the turf. Chance for Waller to get onto it. Did he draw the high contact? Didn't matter. Well done, McDonald, Tippin Woody. What a beautiful goal. A pancake parlour goal of the day to start proceedings.
Lovely.
And Essendon take the lead, 2-1-13 to Carlton, 1-2-8. 15 gone, first quarter, Chemist Warehouse scoreboard. Don't know whether you saw it the same way as me, but I thought it was a little errant hand across his face. Played the ball though, Cam. Well done, McDonald, Tippin Woody.
Did not even hesitate with that. He could have tried to milk that free kick instead. Kept playing footy, nailed the goal. Well done, McDonald, Tippin Woody. So we will go down to Mick Warner. Reece Palmer it is, I think, who is hurt behind play.
That's right, Lingy coming off in his first game for the Blues with the blood rule.
We just watched it then on the Yarra Valley Toyota replay. It was friendly fire from Dale Thomas. Got him good.
And Dale Thomas came off as well. That there from Tippin Woody, he showed more pace than Plowman. He started behind Plowman, got in front of him, won the hard ball, and then just used his bullocking size to kick that goal. Just made something out of nothing there, McDonald, Tippin Woody.
So a couple of quick ones to the Bombers, and this is Carlton's problem. They can't match other teams for scoring speed. Bombers go forward again, but Rowe tries to subdue them. He was tackled, just managed to wrestle out a hand pass to Kerridge, who gives to Marchbank. Quick kick towards the wing, and Gibbs takes a mark for the Blues. Over towards the southern side. He can't see anything to kick to, and he goes very short to Silvani, who's still on the centre line for the Blues. Essendon 13, Carlton 8. 15 and a half gone. And Silvani forced to go very short to Gibbs, and it wasn't 15. He had to play on, and he was tackled and under pressure. Now it's Essendon's. McGrath just off the bench shoots a hand pass, paddled on by the Dons to the middle. Watson had a go at it without making a connection. Now Parrish, left footer in towards half forward, couldn't get any depth into it. McCready takes the mark at centre half back for the Blues.
Wants to go to the corridor. It's effective to Gibbs. Busy early at centre half back, swings it to the southern side. Mark taken out there by Plowman, half back to half forward, but going wide.
Free kick.
As there's a free kick, as Bagley just shoved his man out of the way, Matthew Wright of Carlton. So it's a 5-point margin to Essendon. They're still about 70 metres from goal. Hurley bravely back. New Casbolt was coming, pushed the ball out of bounds at half forward right on the southern side. 5-point margin to Essendon. Nat Edwards and Eddie, had to be prepared to say that the Saints are home now.
Pretty much. There's about 6.5 minutes left, and Josh Bruce has kicked his first goal. The Saints lead by 23 points.
13-8, Essendon by 5 points. The ball at Carlton's half forward.
It's Essendon's ball. Goddard gets a hand pass to Merritt. Quick kick, not a lot of depth. It's taken by McCready, but under pressure. Marchbank gets in to help him out. Bangs it into the 50 for the Blues. Silvani up with one hand, the other one was pinged. Wiedering had it, he's tackled, dispossessed. Pack around the footy. There will be a ball up, 25 out, right in front of Carlton's goal at the Punt Road end. Bombers by 5 points, 2-1 to 1-2.
Importantly, Cam, Essendon a +10 in contested possession for the Southern Star group.
Yeah, that's a big differential this early in the game. Carlton would want to fix that.
The ball just sort of skidding around. Hurley closer to fullback, gave to Zach Merritt, who finesses a beauty. Still inside defensive 50, but Marty Gleeson to take the ball. 18 minutes gone, Ray White clock. They've got the know-how, Australia's #1 real estate agents. It's Essendon by 5 points, settling down better and out-muscling Carlton at the moment. From the side, Plowman comes in and he knocks the ball out of bounds. Still marginally in Carlton's attacking half. 2-1-13 to 1-2-8. Parrish and Tippin Woody for the Bombers. Tim, Cripps the only goal scorer for Carlton, but it is going to be a low-scoring afternoon.
Carlton home game, and as mentioned, it's not the sort of crowd you would expect for Carlton and Essendon. Carlton's Murphy kicks them forward here into the 50. Pickett arrived, couldn't take the ball with him. Silvani, a second line, ran it towards goal. Just missed with a little skidding curler and hit the post. Bombers lead is 4 points, 13-9. 18 minutes gone, Ray White clock.
James Kelly quickly on the kick into halfback Goddard. Oh, I didn't like the disposal that time. I think there has to be a reward. And there is.
This is the kick now for Carlton. The retention of the ball from these inside 50s has been poor in the first 2 games.
So Wiedering's kick, the full forward. Simpson at the back of the pack. Hopefully he was going to get there. Pickett tried to shoot a handball through traffic. Petreski Seaton taken to the ground. Matthew, we get a stoppage dead in front of the Carlton goal, 20 metres out.
But that's better though. At least it's been brought to ground and they're forced to stoppage. You don't want Essendon intercepting and then rebounding.
Casbolt tries to flip it out the back. Matthew right there, knocked off the ball. Fell to Murphy, to Gibbs to bring it round his body from 40 metres. Tip and Woody bounced out of the tackle to Plowman. To Murphy. They've lost ground. They hang on to
Look
it.
at Tipper. Look at Tipper.
He about 4 efforts that time. Ball ended up with Doherty. Doherty went wide to the southern wing. And Rose got it, but well done. Just great pressure that time, Cam. Has forced Carlton back to the southern wing.
His first effort was 30 metres out from the Essendon goal. Their goal. Brilliant.
In the Casbolt direction, he very nearly hauled down the mark. He really is their only target. Now Pickett's got it. Standing start. Kick sits up in the goal square. McGrath kept it alive bravely, then was tackled and taken over the line, which is probably the result he wanted. And the margin is 3 points. Essendon 2-1, Carlton 1-4 on the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard.
Yes, senior forecaster from the Bureau of Meteorology, Ross Stevenson, has looked at his rain gauge at Colac and says it is going to thump down. To the wing it goes. Cale Hooker in front takes it for the Bombers. They lead by 3 points. Handball off to the running Stanton on the wing, northern side. Tippermoody the chance there in front though. The Carlton defender, the bigger body of Sam Rowe, has it. He kicks across goal. Plowman's got to run a long way back, kept alive. He does all of that. Wants to send a 20-metre pass to the middle of the ground. Murphy, touch number 7, been busy early. He goes wide at a half-back, right on defensive 50. Silvani has it for the Blues. 2-1-13 the Bombers, 1-4-10 the Blues. Nat Edwards, score please from Etihad Stadium.
4 minutes left in this match and the Saints lead it by 28 points, 13-20-98 to the Lions, 10-10-70.
And Nat, the Anthony Green of around the ground commentators, I think now declaring the Saints. Yeah. As the Blues have the footy, Petrevski Seaton between half-back and centre. Goes wide, hoping Cruiser might be able to make something of it. At the spill, Pickett tried to swipe it into play, but it just crossed the line before his swipe.
He's been lively, Pickett. 4 touches and getting to the right spots with the fall of the ball off the big man's hands.
A day for long sleeve for you, Matthew, when you're playing for the Tigers like this?
Never played in a long sleeve ever.
Lingy?
No, never.
Rain coming down again. Ball hasn't been won conclusively from a throw-in. Curno's got it for the Blues. He helps it to McCready, who can't get out of a pack. Now Zaharakis collects, gets a kick forward. Danaher well covered by Rowe, and Carlton double team him with White there as well. He gives to Rowe, who swings it across the half-back line. Marchbank camped underneath it, right on the defensive 50. Out towards the wing, and the Blues maintain possession. Short ball by Williamson to the wing and Thomas with the left foot. A nice probing ball, but the accuracy was questionable. Mark dropped by Bagley. Could let the Blues in yet. Kerridge over it. And he can't get it out. Umpire Fisher will come in and ball it up at the 50 for Carlton.
Essendon by 3 points. Quick word, Mick Warner.
And it's getting pretty heavy down here, Tony. Get the feeling it's not going away.
Yeah, Leuenberger, halfback, tries to release the ball. Only went a couple of metres to Mark Murphy. Busy again. High kick the full forward. Carlton into attack. Good chance for Wiedering. Just got the separation that time on Hurley. Has clunked it 18 metres out, dead in front at the punt road end.
And that's brilliant science for his work as a forward. He was able to read where that ball was going to drop. Got rid of Michael Hurley early, and then came back at the footy and almost turned it in to an uncontested mark. That is a terrific grab from a young man.
And it's a beauty from an old one as well. Wiedering, 18 out, dead in front to put the Blues.
That's not a good kick.
Closer by a point.
He's pretty reliable from what we've seen in his short career, but just stabbed at that one.
Hey, would you have given him the laser for that one then, Matthew?
The laser?
Yeah, the laser look. You should have goal, son.
Yeah.
Or do you say, nah,
no,
you're a kid learning a trade? Carlton
I would have given him the laser.
Carlton 1-5-11, Essendon 2-1-13. Chemist Warehouse scoreboard, Tim, 23 in the first quarter as it comes offhand. I'd say barely inside Carlton's attacking half in front of the Northern Stand. 3RW6PR Sunday football for the Chemist Warehouse. Essendon by 2 points. The ball about 70 around from the Blues goal.
Carlton doing enough scoring to be in front, but they haven't been able to kick accurately. As the Bombers work it away to Heppel, he kicks forward to the centre, and reading it well, Langford turns onto his left and fools everybody, then kicks across ground, hooked it back a bit towards the middle. Collier there though in space, kicks it short. Stanton marks, 70 out, quickly over the top, and Danaher marks it, 45 out, 45 degree angle, and a test of the reliability of his kicking in conditions which aren't absolutely perfect for reliable kicking.
Well played in the end by the Bombers, but I want to go all the way back to this boundary throw-in right in front of us. That was a missed free kick. Matty Cruiser was held onto at the ruck contest. Should have been a clear free kick to him.
Bombers 2 points up. Danaher kicks from 48. Oh, a lovely kick off the boot. He has absolutely roosted that home. It cleared the cheer squad and was marked by an impartial supporter a couple of rows back. The Bombers are 3-1-19. The Blues 1-5-11 on the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard.
We've seen this a lot in the first few rounds. Teams that have opportunities and don't kick their goals. Carlton 1 goal 5. The Bombers 3 goals 1. It just makes a huge difference.
And Carlton of all teams can't be missing those chances because they don't score easily.
They won't get as many. As the day wears on, Essendon will get more opportunities. So Carlton simply have to make it pay, and they haven't, and it could hurt them as this game rolls on.
Nat Edwards up at Etihad Stadium, closing stages there.
2 minutes left, guys, and the Saints have got this one sewn up. They lead by 28 points. St Kilda 14-20, 104 to the Lions, 11-10, 76.
Leuenberger topped it forward. Topped it forward. He sort of tapped it and chopped it. Thank you very much for laughing at me, Cam. As the ball goes to the outer wing, it's taken there by Silvani. Essendon by 8 points, but it seems like Carlton, Cam, to be fair, has been the better team.
They have, but as Richo just said, if you're not getting value for your little bit of momentum, it hurts you because it'll swing back the other way, and the Bombers, they are making the most of their chances.
Silvani short to Cripps, who's sort of marooned on the southern wing. High kick to half forward. Casbolt just thundering hooves there, but unable to take the mark.
He's doing it. Sorry, Tony.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
He's doing his job so far today, Big Levi. He's presenting a target. He's taken some contested marks, and if he's not marking it, he's doing that. He's bringing it to ground, forcing stoppages.
And he just obliterated the man in front of him.
He smashed him.
2 minutes 49 to quarter time on the Ray White countdown clock. Got big news on Max Gawn Tim coming up at quarter time.
The Blues intercept here. Plowman a kick towards Simpson. Head over the ball. Williamson arriving for the hand pass for Carlton. A little left foot dab. Curnow just couldn't quite hang on. It was well done by Bagley to make the spoil, and the Bombers relieve the pressure. Fantasia sweeps the hand pass to Zaharakis. Another one to Stanton behind the wing. Now inside to Heppel to set things up. One hand pass too many. The skipper put Merritt under the pump, and the Blues are able to win the ball back. Gibbs into the corridor, a little awkwardly for Rowe on the half volley. Watson arrives to steal it. Tackled though, and his hand pass wasn't accurate. Goddard dispensed with by Cripps. Opens the door for Silvani, who sweeps it wide for Carlton at half-back. Langford for Essendon, the first man there, but can only tug it to the boundary. There'll be a throw-in, 80 from the Bombers' goal. Essendon 19, Carlton 11, approaching 27 minutes.
That's all on the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard. Go, boys.
A little bit of overuse in the handball there by the Bombers. Mark Harvey said it before the game. They need to adjust to the conditions. 1 or 2 handballs, then kick it.
1:53 to quarter time. Heppel got it to Zach Merritt. Floats one toward full forward. Thought just absolutely bundled out of the way that time then. Trying to appeal was Cale Hooker.
He agrees with your tone.
Well, it's not as if he's going to be in disagreeance. If there is a word agreement, surely Tim disagreeance has to exist. Only in football speak. 8 point margin, Essendon's way. 27 gone. They're 30 around from their goal. The Bombers City in. Hooker, no one can get it. Fantasia comes through. Good block that time by White of Carlton. The ball's underneath his feet at the moment. Don't knock him off. Don't knock him. No, he didn't knock him off. He didn't knock him off.
Well, they've gone in with a plan here today, Carlton. I reckon they've executed 95% of it, but the goal kicking, that's the thing that's let them down. But they're well in this in general play. They've taken Essendon's marks away from them, and it's a real contest.
Ball tossed up by umpire Jeffrey. Cruiser soccers a loose ball out beyond the 50. Picked up for the Bombers by McGrath. Good hand pass to Gleeson. Quick kick into the 50 and Goddard marks it, but he's out near the boundary on the right flank. Kicking from just outside 50. Long, good ball. Big leap for Essendon from hooker, but it was a bad leap. He got into the back of somebody in front of him. It'll be a Carlton free kick, and Rowe will take it in the last line of defence beyond the 28-minute mark.
Yeah, Watson and Hurley, the leading possession winners on the ground for the Southern Star group at Windows and Doors Built. They have 9 touches each. Long kick to the wing. Is there a 50-metre penalty being applied?
Yes, there is, Tone.
Yep.
I reckon they got lucky there. I reckon Simon White pushed hooker into the back of Rowe, and Simon White got away with it, and Rowe got the free kick.
Saints have won 107-76, 31-point margin over the Brisbane Lions at Etihad Stadium. Sunday afternoon football at the G for 3RW and 6PR. Essendon by 8 points. Carlton has the ball at halfback. Doherty spears one. It's okay. Goes to Plowman on the point of the square defensively, northern side. But there's not much on offer. And I just wonder, Cam, when you go through this, and you know you're nearly up at quarter time, you trail by 8 points and the conditions are tough, what do you do? Do you say, nah, let's not just give one up here?
Yeah, just deny the opposition the footy. That's what they're happy to do. You can see the leaders talking about that. If someone's open, like now to Patrick Cripps, Smart, and then last resort, you kick it long down the line to Casbolt.
And thank you very
Or
much.
Cruiser.
If you want to keep going with the commentary, feel free, as Casbolt the chance there at the back. I think they'll play the mark. A nice mark in the condition for Robot Building Supplies to Matthew Leuenberger. Robot Building Supplies have all your building supply needs. And in the conditions, Tim, that's a fair grab at a half-back.
Yeah, no doubt. Kicks to the wing where Rowe had front position for the Blues. Couldn't mark. Zaharakis has it. Poor hand pass. Blues get it back. Gibbs, a barrelling torpedo. But there's nothing on the left half forward flank for the Blues that wouldn't have mattered had there been, because the siren blares. And it is quarter time. The Bombers lead by 8 points. 3-1-19. To Carlton 1-5-11, and that's after the Blues kicked the first goal of the contest. For Essendon, Parrish, Danaher and McDonald Tipungwuti replied. Carlton's one goal came from Cripps.
Essendon by 8 points at quarter time early this afternoon. Game just finished at Etihad Stadium. It was St Kilda defeating Brisbane by 31 points, 107-76. Big news coming up, Melbourne fans, about Max Gawn. You'll get it next as you listen. All for KFC, the $2.50 chips and gravy. It's finger licking good on 3RW Football.